Welcome to SharePoint Mastery Showcase, Episode 12, SharePoint 2007 Beginner Project 1, Part 6, with your host, Keith Hudson. At SharePoint Mastery, we help you master SharePoint one step at a time so you can control your own destiny.
Music by Kevin MacLeod.
This is Part 6 of SharePoint 2007 Beginner Project 1, how to design and build a simple help desk ticketing system in under 4 hours, even if you've never used SharePoint before. So far in this series, we have taught you a method for analyzing a business process, how to navigate in a SharePoint 2007 site, how to create a new SharePoint site, how to edit the top-line menu, and how to create a custom list. We are now ready to start building the problem ticket list. Here are the fields we need in our problem ticket list as designed in our project workbook. I'll be working from this list as I build the problem ticket list in SharePoint. However, I won't have this list up on the screen in the video due to space constraints. If you have created your own project workbook as you've been following this course, I suggest that you have the workbook page listing the fields for the problem ticket list up on your second monitor if you have one, or where you can get at it easily, perhaps print it out, while you proceed with this video and build your own problem ticket list. To create our problem ticket list, we go to Site Actions, Create, Custom List. Since you've already seen one custom list built, try to work ahead and create this list on your own. Then listen to the video for some hints as you go along. It's easy to delete a field in the list if you make a mistake and need to start over. This is going to be called Problem Tickets, and I'm going to describe it as Help Desk Problem Tickets. And as soon as I create it, will go into the settings to the title and add the space back in. Now I need to deal with the title column. In this case, we don't need the title column since the ticket number is usually what we'll be using to look up items on the list. So I'm going to change the title column name to read view/title. I'm going to say that information is not required, and I'm going to enter in the default value view/edit. There are other ways to hide the title column, but this is a quick workaround that works fairly effectively. It turns the title column into a quick view edit button. Next, we'll create our ticket number column. Since we won't be doing any math with these numbers, we'll leave it as a single line of text. And then we'll go back in and add our space. The ticket number column will be filled in by a workflow. We need to make sure that it's not required. Required is not checked off there, so we're fine. Next is the problem description column. We will make this multiple lines of text. We'll say enter a complete description of the problem here. 6 lines long. I like to choose plain text. Now I'll create the user columns. I'll keep the descriptions of the columns as short as possible. So we'll have name, Then we'll have phone for the user's phone number. Then we'll have email for the user's email address. And then we'll have cube for the user's cube number. And then we need building. And I'm going to make this a choice column just as I did in the desktop technician list. So the choices will be building 1, building 2, and building 3. And again, I'm going to take the default out of there. Now I need the column for the desktop technician. Again, when I create this one, I will take the space out of it. Whoops, there we go. And then I'll go back in and add the space. I notice I didn't add the space back in for the problem description column, so I'll do that now as well. The next column is the resolution description. Again, it will be multiple lines of text. I'll make it plain text. And I'll go back in and add my space. Now we need a column for date started. This will be a date and time column, and we will make the default today's date so that it automatically gets created by the system whenever we create a new item in the list. And I'll go back in and add the space to the column name. Now I need the column for resolution date or date resolved. Let's remember to take the space out there. It is a date and time column. We will not have a default for it. And we'll go back in and fix the space. Now we need our status column. It will be a choice column, and our choices will be open, in process, repaired, and resolved. In this case, we will make the default the first choice so that every ticket immediately is set to open status when it is created. The last column we need to create is the ticket duration column. This is a tricky column, so we'll leave it for part 7. Thank you for joining us for this episode of SharePoint Mastery Showcase, presented by SharePoint Mastery, where we help you master SharePoint one step at a time so you can control your own destiny. Come visit us at www.spmastery.com.